someone have the mood to talk about another topic after the talk about family and friend when you get older, he got an idea talk about death. You
Yes.
die, we die, everyone die.
Yes. So to me, I think the concept of death has kind of like evolved as I age. So it's slightly different now as compared to how I view it maybe when I was younger.
It's kind of like a taboo to talk about death at your home, right? It's
Not
like
really lah.
Mom don't like to talk about this kind of like
It's not really
unlucky thing.
Yeah, it's just superstition. Like it's not really that much of a taboo, but more of a superstition. So yeah,
How many funeral you has been attended so far?
I think more than slightly less than 10. Yeah, various lah. So distant relatives, close relatives. Yeah. So yes.
My very first impression of a funeral is my great grandfather. He is about I think 100+ years old man from China, and he is a very grumpy old man, very skinny, and he is like a walking mummy. Yeah, like your grandma, but your grandma was on pillar. So like he had very very bad temper. So when the time that I heard that he died, I think it was about like 4 years old or no, I was about 6 years old. So quite bad that quite lucky that I got chickenpox on the funeral day. So Chinese funeral is about like 3 days or at least 3 days or a week. So I had the chickenpox, so I don't have to attend the funeral, which I quite feel sad that I cannot join this kind of some family event that everyone can do. You can put it back. And then I was thinking, Then I was thinking that quite sad I cannot join. And then like after that, I think that it's quite good that I did not join such a chaotic funeral, because that funeral is quite tiring, and for kids, we might not. For me, I'm quite distracted easily, and then I might not able to like hold for the entire praying session.
Okay. I think I don't want to talk about death in so many details, but I just want to I don't want to talk about the funeral part of it. Because I think that can be another topic. Yeah, so I think when I was younger, I feel that death is something that is very scary. Something which you don't know how it will happen and when it will happen and things like that. So it started off with that kind of a feeling, and then you kind of, I don't know about y'all lah, but when I'm younger, I kind of feel like I have all these scary thoughts about like what happens if one day my grandma were to leave me, my mom were to leave me, my dad were to leave me, and things like that. So it started from there, and then gradually as death comes nearer and nearer to most of my elderly loved ones, and it happened to them, then I kind of come to terms with the fact that actually death is just part and parcel of life, and I just embrace it as it is right now. There's no it is scary nonetheless, yes, but then I think the most scary part is to see people falling sick and then gradually fade away, but it's not so much about the death itself. So the death itself, I think I can still handle it at this juncture, but when I'm younger, maybe it's not so much valid for me, because then I find that it's a very scary thing.
So for actually in our era, our age, there are quite a lot of Hong Kong movie or series talk about death. So like death to me is just die long, then you just end your life there. There are a lot of drama series that talk about commit suicide, talk about how they threaten their loved one or someone that they're going to die, all these things. I think death to me is a kind of like a end of the chapter. I used to thought of like kill myself when I was young age because family member don't really like me, and then they always think that I'm dark skin, I'm not belong to the family because all my other relatives they have fair skin. So they always like kind of like bully me and talk about bad things, like think I should just end up my life and it will be not have much more suffering thing. But after that luckily I did not do all this kind of thing, but I do thought of like how to kill myself in a very best way. But I think after I witnessed so many funeral death, even there was a day that I remember, I'm not sure I told you about that, when one of the day when I stay in 660, when I walk home I see a dead body over a seat, and then like one old man release the urine all over the floor, this thing. And so it's like wow, that is kind of like a second human dead body to me. I was thinking that, wow, life is so fragile, but that is for an old age man. And the very first time to see a dead body is my mom when I was 14. So it's just pale and then it's just like not moving and hard. And the third time to see a dead body is Michael, the one in Taiwan. So in my life, I only see dead body 3 times. What about you? More than me?
I've seen dead bodies, I think more than 3 times lah.
And during study?
No,
never.
During study, yes. The cadavers, yeah. Yeah, and
A silent mentor.
yeah, and I think to me, it's just that the system has totally shut down at the point of death, and you know that the chapter has closed for this particular individual, and whatever that remain is just the memories, good or bad, that you have with this particular person and the attachment that you have. So if you take away all that, right, it's just that this person just stopped living in this world lah. Yeah, so to me, I feel that I just process it accordingly as such lah. It's not I have come to become less emotionally attached in terms of when death happens. Yeah, like I will just keep the memories, but whatever that I'm seeing there is just a vessel that allows all these memories to happen between me and this particular person. But beyond that, that's the end lah. It's the end of, I mean, who are we to say that there's a life after death, which I don't really believe in anyways, okay, after so long. Yeah.
What is there any way of dying which you try not to happen to you? You wish, I just hope that I will not die by drowning. I think drowning is a very scary thing.
I think a lot of ways.
Let's say like plane crash, I'm fine, or like fell down from the high building, I'm fine with that. To die in the way, I think it's a best. I'm sure you don't want to die in the illness way, right? I think illness for me is fine because I can take the medicine, like reduce the pain, like get rid of the pain. But drowning I think is a very kind of tough way to die.
I think accidents in general are more difficult to die. But having said that, right, illnesses are even harder to die because you actually feel your body weakening by the day, and then until the point where medicine cannot really support you anymore. And we live in a society where euthanasia is not allowed, right? So we cannot choose when we want to die. So that's actually pretty scary. Plus the fact that the medical expenses are so high, while you are dying, you are also feeling very stressed because you need to pay for the medical bills. If you are not paying for it, then somebody else has got to pay for it. So I think it's not so much the dying that is scary, but it's the stress that is associated with dying that is more scary.
Yeah, so are you ready to die anytime?
I can say goodbye tomorrow lah. It's fine.
Me too. I think we live in a life that we have done a lot of things that we wanted to do. We have witnessed a lot of things that we really wanted to see. We have experienced a lot of things that we wanted to experience. We live in quite a good life, I would say that. So I got no regret to die tomorrow.
Neither do I. It's okay lah. I mean, it's just part and parcel of living. Or you come to this. I didn't choose to come to this world anyway. So, but I came. I tried to.
But you are the one to swim into the egg, you know. So
But but it's not within my motivation to want to come. I mean, like, why I'm the champion? I also don't.
Yeah, to die. You want to talk about how our mom died? No. Okay, I'm gonna talk about my mother died. She actually died alone by himself. He was murdered by his friend or his boss or someone she know. Until now that none of us we know what's the relationship of the murder to kill my mom. So she died in a fear by someone cut her throat. Like I think she must be seeing herself to die in a very helpless way. The entire bedroom, someone murdered her in her own house, so we think that someone that she know, and her blood is like flushing everywhere on the until top of the ceiling, so we can see the blood stain. And I think for her, she must be dying in a very stressful way. That damn it, I'm dying. It's a lot of pain on my neck, and I think it should be ending quite fast though, because that's where all the blood flow. She should be just like struggling for a few minutes, then the brain start to have no oxygen, then start to like shut down slowly. So that's kind of the stressful way to die. And another of my cousin, he died in an accident. Very stupidly that he took on a car ride by someone who drunk. And so don't drink and drive. Drink a lot, it's okay, but be like us. We drink in a hotel room, in a club lounge. Just walk to the room or get a wheelchair, move to the room to sleep. And I think he also have some alcohol, if I'm not wrong. But he died in an accident that which half of his face is gone. But I think that maybe it was way too fast, so he can't really feel anything. But for his family, and we think that it's quite sad to have a young man that left the wife and two of the kids to suffer in the world. Yeah.
I think when you die, right, it's the people who are attached to you emotionally that are more affected than the person who passed away.
Yeah. So that's why that if let's say if the person or the attached or whatever close one that are ready for deal with death, I think it's not a bad thing, but it just left, it's just gone. But to me, the struggle is just like the whatever thing, the bill, the debit, the leftover is something that I will
stress long.
The stress, yeah.
So I feel like I think at this age, right, we should embrace death like it's part and parcel of life. As much as you prepare for birth, you can also prepare for death. So it doesn't have to be a stressful event for your loved ones. Then they have to like think about what kind of ceremony you want, how much you want to spend and things like that. So
you got the point that like people are actually prepared for birth. People are prepared for new life, but actually most of the people had never prepared for end of the alive.
Yeah, then why? I mean, you can celebrate the birth of a newborn, right? You can celebrate the newborn becoming like 1 year old, like becoming like 21 years old. Then why don't you celebrate death? Because this person has lived a good life, and from all the way from birth until death, that's like a good many decades of life well lived. So why don't you celebrate that?
Can you imagine that we have the the gender gas party, and then is that a way that the
Gender
how you
review,
die, gender review party, and then like how about the
I'm
way
always,
you die review?
yeah. So, I mean, in fortune telling, there's actually this aspect where you can actually foretell how you pass away.
Really, there's such thing.
Yes.
Oh, how do you test your?
No, but even I test, I also don't tell you lah. I will just keep quiet. But anyway, yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, why should death be something that is so scary? Because it's just, closing the chapter of your life and then saying goodbye to this world lah. Because after all, this world is more scary than death itself, right? A lot of very scary things that are going on every other
Recently,
day.
there's a mass shooting in California.
Yeah,
and like all the new viruses. So sad. Can't really make the peaceful
if you
life.
have long COVID, I believe it's worse than death because you need to really come to terms with that drop in energy level every day.
Yeah, do you know that there's some recover from COVID, they still lost of their sense of taste.
Yeah.
It's
And
quite sad for them.
I've come across people who only have like 2 hours of productive time every day. So for every day, this particular person can only have enough energy to last for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, that's the person I met in New Zealand, the cabin one. He got the brain surgery thing. So he have to sleep almost like 20 hours a day.
So if you put everything into perspective, right? I think death is not so scary lah.
So for me, I'm the person I will say that I rather not to get a treatment for a serious illness. I'm quite happy that I bought an insurance that touch wood I got any of the illness, I will get a lump sum, a big amount of money that I can just travel the world and I just die in somewhere peacefully.
Actually, if you think about
it's not a bad way.
If you think about it, right, receiving treatment is just a way for
struggling
the medical profession to test how advanced their medical expertise is.
if that is kind of like a contribute to the society to do a test with the illness, I don't mind to do that, but it's kind of like struggling and then like so many medicine, it just says to control the virus or control the situation. I will just like don't want to get the treatment. It's not about encourage you don't take any treatment. This is my point of view. I was thinking that it's for me, I live in the fullest life already. I'm quite happy. Anything that I don't want to see myself like have too many wrinkles on my face and I struggle and die.
No, it's not that we are very depressed or we are very pessimistic, but it's just that we feel like this is something that is worth discussing and talking about.
A lot of people really like, it's a taboo that let's don't talk about that. Let's talk about something happy. But it's okay to talk about something to get yourself ready.
Yeah.
You get ready for your work, you get ready for your holiday, you should get ready for your end of the life.
That's precisely the point that I'm trying to say. Is like everybody is so prepared to receive a newborn, to do this, to do that, but nobody is prepared to see their loved one die. So I think in our family it's slightly different. Like we know that the time is almost up, we will start preparing. So like me and my sibling, we will discuss like what is the rite of passage that we want for our loved ones, and then we'll just try to arrange so that when the time comes, we don't have to scramble for information. We can just jump in and then start to kickstart the whole process.
So it will be quite helpful if you all have decided everything when you're alive with your children, all these things. So you will not let his other relative to like tell how your funeral to do this, do that, and then create out a lot of the troubles, which end up is not it's like a funeral for the relative. It's not for what your loved one wants.
Yeah, like advanced medical directive lah. You don't want to be resuscitated in emergency situations. You can also have a choice, right? So I mean at the end of what I'm trying to say is like just view death as part and parcel of life, I think.
How come we have this? How come you got this idea to talk about death like while we are having a talk about just now? Like it's just suddenly say, oh, I got the idea.
Because we were talking about aging, and then your social support system, and how different people have different priorities in life. Then I was thinking, everybody is so caught up with trying to celebrate life.
True.
But then why are we always so sad when it comes to like the death of a person?
So for when I die, I hope that it'll be quick and I still looks good, and my hope that I can be a silent mentor. I can show off my nice body, my beautiful face, and then be a good silent mentor for the student to learn.
Do you know that your skin will be stripped?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm already dead. It's something reusable item for the people, and this is also a very good thing that you can donate your hair, you can donate your money, you can also donate your organ and also your entire body for medical research.
Yes. So there's even you can also donate your brain for like research on dementia, Parkinson's, and things like that.
So don't have to like worry about death. Although that is a Lunar New Year now, we talk about death, but I think it's something that have to try to open up to talk with your sibling or your parents, or if you are watching your parents, you should like let your children know about that actually how you prepare for your end of your life, your death, because that when things happen, like everyone like, oh, what we going to do, like at least like you have a password keep on all places. Like actually my brother told me that when anything happened to two of them and his wife, there's a drawer I can just get the thing all the things that I can help on his son. But touch wood, the whole family gone, then the entire thing is mine.
Yeah, so precisely it's all these little things, these little preparations that you do along the way. So people always say live like there's no tomorrow, right? Then just make sure that you really live like there's no tomorrow lah. Then when that time comes, right, then you will just be prepared for it lah. Yeah, so also another point is when I think I was at A&E and then all the thoughts starts flooding in, right? Then I came to realize that why should we all be so afraid? Like if let's say at that point I was actually diagnosed with an illness, I can decide there and then whether I want to receive treatment or not. So it's entirely up to me, it's my life.
Yeah, I think you have to be firm to your own decision. Don't let others control your decision or advice to mess you up. So at least you make a decision that you will not regret, because if let's say you to listen to all the advices from your friends and relatives, it could be a decision that you might not happy with.
Just believe in yourself lah. I mean, you are your best judge for whatever decisions that you want to make. I mean, you can consult people till the sun goes down, but at the end of the day, you are still the one who decides whether you want to go left or you want to go right.
I think if touch wood any serious illness had happened to me, I will just check with the doctor what's the duration that I still have for a healthy body. Then I will start another traveling thing again. Although I keep traveling for quite a while, but I want to do something, and maybe I'll find a beautiful place to end my life there.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a movie based on a real story, right? Where this lady actually find out that she has got a terminal illness. Then she decided to spend all her money to just travel the world. But actually, at the end of the day,
the doctor gave the wrong information.
the doctor made a boo-boo lah. But I mean, that's like something which we can use as reference law. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be the way that you want to to live your life towards the end, but then yeah, it's something to draw inspiration from lah, I would say. Yeah, so I think having said all this, right, just don't be so judgmental towards us. I mean, we are entirely entitled to our perspective of death, while some of y'all who thinks death is a taboo topic, is something that is a superstition, right? You are definitely okay to hold on to that belief lah. It's okay, because I think in this world everybody has got their own beliefs, and that's what makes life so wonderful, right? Otherwise, if we are all the same, then it will be very boring. Yeah.
So we're going to end the topic here, and then do share with us what is your fear way to die, and what is your ideal way to die.
Yeah, and then what do you think of death in general? This
I think
this
that will be
concept.
everyone will just give you the same answer. It's end of the story.
No,
The
some
end.
people will say, oh no, it's very sad, very scary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But don't tell us about the religious thing. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.